Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to BJ and Bill, the podcast, a part of the Podcast Playground Network. Please give us that 5-star review. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, your preferred podcast platform. Follow us on Facebook, BJ and Bill, the podcast. And of course, you can always email us. The email address, simply BJ and Bill, the podcast @gmail.com. And welcome to episode 150.
And we're doing, it's interesting. Welcome to BJ and Bill After Dark.
You know, being two old guys like we are,
Right?
if you start hearing snoring
Right.
in the middle of the podcast, please excuse it. It means that the two old farts have fallen asleep.
Typically, we record this on a Monday morning at 10 a.m. Here we are recording this on a Monday evening at about 9:30 p.m. BJ had doctor's appointments. Bill had pickleball on his Monday night. So yours truly is just home out of the shower, and as you can see, the wet hair still. If you ever wondered what my father looked like, this is how my father wore his hair for as long as I can remember him. Just greased straight back. He was, a man of the 50s, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so, and it's funny that I thought of that because this week, as we record this, is also da-dun, 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 Shark Week. This week is Shark Week. And they usually at night do a wrap up of the day's shows. I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but they had Shark After Dark, which I thought was the coolest name, Shark After Dark. So BJ and Bill, the podcast After Dark.
Ooh, wow.
Sounds kind of hot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll have dancing ladies before it's all over.
Hey, go for it. Go for it. So, but on the other hand, like you said, if you should start to hear snoring, that's two old men just conked out.
And I've had a long, long day.
Tell us about it, BJ Odom. I know you had to get up at the crack of dawn to drive to the big city.
Now listen to this. I had 2 appointments.
Yes.
And they were at 2 different locations.
Yes.
One at Tampa General. The other one was a Tampa General doctor, but he has a office off campus that I had to go to about 2.5 miles away. And then my wife had 3 appointments at Moffitt.
Wow.
So we were she dropped me off because I was supposed to be there by 8 o'clock in the morning because I was getting my workup for my hernia surgery coming up, about a month from now.
Right.
And she took off and went to Moffitt.
Right.
And I had to travel from Tampa General to the other office of the other doctor I had to see. And you want to hear, I listen to The Practical Path.
Oh, you do? Good.
And I hear you and Vicky now and again talking about how things just seem to happen for a reason.
Yes. Of course.
Or there's a lesson in it.
Of course.
Okay, here's the story. After my first appointment,
yes,
wife's over at Moffitt.
Yes.
They don't have a shuttle service to this particular office.
Oh, dear.
So I had to get a lift. No big deal. It was with tip, it was like a little over $10.
Awesome.
And I gave the lady a little bit better tip, and I will tell you why as we continue the story.
Okay.
So I'm in her car, and she's very friendly, and I don't know I don't really do Lyft or Uber very often. So I'm not for sure if I know where I need to sit, but I got in the back seat.
Sure.
And so we're driving, and I see in her front window, there's a sticker. It's like, it's a donate life sticker in her window.
Oh.
And I go, oh, I see you have a donate life sticker. Is there any particular reason for it? She goes on to say, yes, I'm a donor mother. I lost my son
Oh,
and we gave up, the organs to help other people.
yes.
And I'm very proud of that, and proud to say that, my son lives on through other people.
That's beautiful. Sorry
So
for
I,
her loss, but that's a beautiful thing to say.
so I went on to tell her my story. I've had a heart transplant and a kidney transplant, and
Hmm.
I happen to do a podcast. And I would love to have you on my podcast. And she, of course, oh, I would love to share my son's story, because I think whenever I share it, it brings life back to him.
That's again well said. Wow.
So I said, awesome. And I said, I've had other donor mothers on also.
Uh-huh.
And, I told her about the mother who heard her son's heartbeat. And I go, have you, would you ever want to, or have you? And she went on to say, yes, she had. And I said, this was one of the hardest episodes for me to do, because I asked her what that felt like.
Mm.
And as a recipient myself, I actually got a little choked up and started crying,
Mm.
which I felt kind of bad about, because it wasn't my son. She was giving me, her story. And
Right.
she goes, oh, never feel bad about crying, because, it's an emotion, and it's an important emotion to have. And she goes, in fact, I do a lot of talks for LifeLink. I go out and, talk about, my son and how my
Right.
son donated organs. And there are times that I shed tears when I tell my story.
Of course.
And then there are times that I do not shed tears, but never apologize for your tears. So
Well
I'm
said.
looking forward to having her, on the
On the show.
podcast. And yes, she had heard her son's heart, beat in another person's body.
How old was the son when she lost him?
21 when she
Oh,
lost
wow.
him.
Young man.
Nice young man, yeah.
Awesome.
So,
I mean, not
so,
awesome, but awesome that, again, she's going to be available for you to help spread the good word.
and who would have thunk that, I never use a Lyft or an Uber, but this particular day I said, okay, when I get down my appointment, I'm going to Uber to the next one, or Lyft. And I looked up the prices, and Lyft was a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And me being the tightwad I am, I went with Lyft, and I could have saved a lot of money, but no, I gave her a few extra dollars in the tip, because
Sure.
I thought this woman deserved it.
There you go.
But I just thought that was a very and it wasn't a freaky story, but what's the chance I'm going to jump in a car to take a Lyft, going to have a donate life sticker in her window, start the conversation, and find out, she is someone that I need to have on my podcast.
Fabulous. I mean, the only thing that would have been better than that is if she knew your podcast. And of course she will now. So yes.
And I'm that type of guy that carries a few cards around all the time.
Of course you do.
So I made sure I handed her a card, said, I can't wait to hear from you.
So what do you have? Did you make business cards? I'm thinking that might not be a bad idea. Did you make business cards for your Gift of Life podcast?
Yes, I did, because when I go now, today it was all about my hernia surgery.
Right.
So I really wasn't in the transplant area.
Right.
But whenever I go to the hospital, for my transplants,
Yes.
whether it be the kidney or the heart,
Yes.
I always make sure I have a little stack. And I kindly ask the people at the desk, because, it's like a transplant area, when I go.
Of course. Of course.
And so I say, do you mind if I put a few cards out? And they say, no, go ahead. I try to pass out a few while I'm there.
Sure.
So I just had a few on me, just in case I ran into, and it was just a freaky Monday, I guess. It wouldn't be a Freaky Friday. It was a Freaky Monday.
It's a Freaky Monday. So you are correct. And this will feature prominently on the Practical Path podcast when it is recorded tomorrow. And as Bill and Vicky would both say, perhaps even in unison, there are no coincidences. There are no coincidences.
Yeah. So I just thought that was like, it's wow, of all the lifts. And, obviously I didn't go right away. I went to the cafeteria.
Sure.
I had a smoothie, and kind of relaxed, and got on my phone and, did some business, because they were like 3 hours apart,
Right.
the appointments.
Oh, okay.
So, And then, of course, when I did my second appointment, it was funny. I no more walked out of the doctor's office, looked on my stalker app, that tells me where my wife is and my daughter.
Your stalker.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that
I
really
call
the name
this.
of it?
I don't know. It's not
I
called
think it's
that.
called Find. I think it's called Find My Friends.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's the stalker app.
it's
Come
a
on,
stalker app. Yes,
let's,
it is.
Let's tell it what it is.
Yes.
So I saw that my wife had, left Moffat a few minutes later. And I looked at, because you can look at the little thing, if I want to go find her, drive me to her or whatever. And she was like 15 minutes away. So it's
Cool.
like you couldn't have made for a
Cool.
more perfect day.
There you go. There you go. So, awesome story. We appreciate that. And like I said, thank you thank you for feeding the mill for the practical path when it's recorded tomorrow. I want to hear more about how the day went medically speaking. We'll talk about that when we come back in a minute. All right, so we are back with BJ Odom, famous heart transplant recipient person who has, do they still know you by first name when you go into Tampa General?
It's funny because what they can do in your chart,
Right.
like, if your name is William, but you want to be called Bill,
Right.
you tell them, you want to
Sure.
be called Bill.
Sure.
And so when they call you back, or when you go see the doctor and the doctor opens up, your chart, well, Bill, or Bill, looking for Bill. Oh, here
Yeah.
I am. Okay.
Cool.
Come on back, Bill. So
Cool.
yeah, it's BJ. Whenever I'm at the hospital, it's BJ.
And they know, of course, they know you. Of course.
Yeah.
You're like patient number one. You're like,
Yeah, but these people today didn't really know me.
oh, really?
I
Well,
talked to
because
a-
this was now, so let's expand the story. So, or as we say in the journalism business now, the new buzzword is unpack. Let's unpack that. So today was for the hernia thing. Yeah. Ooh.
And then when I went to see the second doctor, it's what I call, and I forget, they got some big long name
Yeah.
that, BJ's not good with big long names.
I get it.
So it was my rhythm doctor. It was the heart electrician.
Rhythm doctor. Is he teaching you how to dance?
Yeah. He's giving me dancing lessons. So, but today I saw the anesthesiologist, I saw a nurse, and blah, 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 do this, do that.
Wow.
This is when you stop these pills.
Right.
This is what you do. They took some of my blood, talked to the anesthesiologist. Then I went to my second appointment, and they said I was in good rhythm. And I said, yeah, I was a drummer for many, many years.
So he knows good rhythm when he sees it. Awesome.
Yeah. So everything was good. Everything seemed to be good for Susan too. They don't need to worry about seeing her for another 6 months because,
Cool.
of course, she goes to Moffitt for her breast cancer that she had about 4 or 5 years ago. And
Right.
so far, knock on that wood, everything is rolling smooth for her also.
That was me knocking on my wooden desk. I think it's wood. I'm not sure. But good. Glad to hear it.
Now, as we were talking about things and, my medical journey,
Yes.
we have talked about this many times. I have a book coming out.
Yes.
And we are at the phase now, and I think I hired a great guy to take care of this for me. We're doing the book cover.
Ah.
And of course, my son is working on the book cover.
Your son is working on the book cover. Let me guess. He's
he
using a couple of AI tools to crank out something awesome.
No, well, he put the kind of a couple together with AI, but now he's going to, well, he actually sent all the stuff off and talked to his graphic designer today.
Oh, he has a human.
Yeah, he has an in-house graphic.
A human.
Well, it's not really in-house, but guy.
Yeah, no, I know somebody who does. That's true. He does a lot of podcast like graphics and logos and stuff like that. So yeah, it would make sense to have a graphic designer that you knew and trusted and all of that stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so he's working on that, and I think we finally have. Now I don't think I have it in front of me, but I think we finally have the name of the book and what they call the subtitle. It's not. It's not stone.
Not carved in stone yet.
But I'm feeling it's pretty daggone close.
You want to share it, or is it a secret?
Well, no, it's not a secret, but I just don't know if I can find it right offhand and without knowing exactly what we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it here, darn it.
That's all right.
But yeah, it was a pretty good one. Of course, more parts than a chicken nugget is the title, and then the subtitle.
I
Well,
actually, I actually used that line on my lady friend. I was because I told her we were, BJ and Bill would be recording the podcast, podcast after dark here, and I don't know how we got to that. I think I said something about you were at a doctor's appointment all day, and because he always, as BJ often tells me, he has more parts than a chicken nugget, and she just laughed. That was hilarious to her. That was hilarious. So if that means anything, it went over well with your target audience there.
so can't wait to get it out. Hopefully by the beginning of August, I
Really?
will I will have the first completed draft.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There'll still be corrections that'll be needed to
Of
be
course.
made
Of
and
course.
things like that. But every chapter that will be written will be laid out.
Awesome.
Now, it might be rearranging a few of the chapters, might be renaming a few of the chapters, and maybe I might be going, no, that's not exactly how it happened.
Right.
But
Right.
at least the rough draft or whatever you call it
Yeah. So,
should be done by the beginning of August.
version 1.0.
Yeah, I'm excited
Don't
about it.
no. When I was a computer geek, we would always say, never ever buy version 1.0 of any software.
And here's going to be the second time I've talked about crying today. But I
Oh,
tell you, when I read this book, of course, I lived a lot of it.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of your story. Yeah, you lived all of it.
And, so Christina, who is my
Right.
co-writer, who's doing all the heavy lifting on this thing, Christina Metcalf,
Mm-hmm.
she's great. I love her. She's doing an awesome job. But she sends me chapters and she wants me to read them and discuss with her anything wrong, anything you
Uh-huh.
need to add. And I read these things and I sit there like a little baby on the couch and the tears just flood down. I'm going, oh my God. She goes, well, how was it? And I go, well, besides crying like a baby, I liked it.
Well, that means it must be accurate. Well, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but let's put it this way: it's telling a good story.
Yeah.
It's telling the story properly.
I'm just wondering though, if other people, like sometimes it talks about like, because I was real close to my mother.
Sure.
My mother had to go through experiencing, not knowing if I was going to live past 15 or 16,
Right.
not knowing any of these questions. And
Right.
so it brings up all that. And
Sure.
now she's interviewed my son. And so now I'm hearing things. Obviously, she's writing it as I'm telling it,
Oh, okay.
but it's things my son has told her.
Oh, and
So like if I swear I'll beat your ass if I start crying during this segment. Thank God we're doing it just the audio version.
just a Zoom call.
Yeah.
But I
But-
will have the video if you start crying. I will have the video. So
But she
I shouldn't have
starts-
told you that. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said, "Go ahead, BJ. Go ahead, spill it."
But she starts talking in one portion of the book when I come out of my heart surgery, my open heart surgery. And my son, I'm not even going to tell it because I'm going to start crying if I tell it. But talks about how I remember my son touching my hand and they roll me out and he gets to see me for, just a minute or two before they roll me in, to whatever they rolled me
The
into.
recovery room.
Yeah. So he saw me for a couple minutes when I came out of surgery. And
Okay.
he held my hand. And boy, I read that part of the book not knowing any of this stuff happened. Because that's him reporting now to her. But yet she wrote it as, I remember my son touching my
Oh yeah.
hand as I was
Oh.
being wheeled.
Do you? So the interesting question is do you actually remember that, or were you out of it?
No. That's
Huh?
what I said. When I read it, it was the first time that I even knew this. And like I said, talking about crying like a baby.
I can that. Yeah. You are totally allowed to cry over that because, like you said, If somebody told me something about myself that I never knew before, especially in a situation like that, holy cow. That's like, as the kids say nowadays, that hits hard. That hits
Yeah, no
hard.
kidding.
Yeah. So good,
So
good,
yeah.
cool.
So, there's there's little nits and crannies that I read that I wasn't expecting to see in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because, like I said, she interviewed the daughter, she
Right.
interviewed, the son,
Right.
interviewed the wife,
Right.
and I'm
She interviewed the partner.
yeah, and I remember, that I remember that part too.
Right.
I wanted to cry because she said that as I was rolling out of the operating room, into the intensive care room, that my wife slugged me and said, "You lived, you son of a bitch," and I'm like, "Oh, no, that's a
I'm
joke,
pretty
folks."
sure she didn't say that, but it's a good story. She's on the phone with her lawyer. Oh, damn it, he lived. Put the will back.
Oh, but yeah, it's like I said, I've said this a couple times on this podcast. Writing this book has been better than any any therapy I could ever receive.
Therapy. Good word.
Because
Good word.
man, it's like,
Right.
and even doing the podcast and the book at the same time,
Right.
and working with some of these parents that have little children waiting for a lung transplant, heart transplant, and then having a lung transplant that, she rejected. Now she's on her second. And
Mm.
these are just small children. And that's bringing back floods of memories of me being in the hospital. And, oh, man, I'll be glad when this book and everything. I mean, it's just, yeah, it hasn't been rough, but it's been a reward. I guess that's a way to say it.
Roller coaster. It's
Yeah,
been an emotional roller coaster.
Yes, it has.
Yes. I believe it. I totally believe it. I mean, let's be honest. You probably didn't write one word of it. She wrote it all, but she needed you to do it.
Well,
So,
basically,
yeah.
what we did, and she recorded the sessions.
Yes.
So I say, "May I record you?" And I go, "Could you record me?"
I'm paying you to record me. I'm paying you for this.
But yeah, she would, have me tell stories like you and I do, even.
Right.
Just
Right.
tell stories, and then, she basically, took parts of the stories that I told, and she put it on paper. And, because she asked me that off a lot too. Does this sound like you? I go, hell no, this is way too intelligent for me to ever write. She goes, well, what do you mean? I go, should I change it? I want it to sound like you. And I go, no, it sounds like me, but everybody who knows me knows I'm not smart enough to write some of this stuff. Come on, give me a break, girl.
Well, hopefully people other than people who know you. I mean, come on, so there's your wife and your daughter and your son and your grandkids and yours truly and a few other friends. That's maybe 10 copies of the book, right? So hopefully there's a lot more people out there that are going to read it and benefit from it, and they don't have to know that you would never be that intelligent.
But I would say, I think it's going to come out better than I thought it probably would.
I'm
And it's definitely personal.
Yeah, good. Great. I mean, it needs to be. It's,
Yeah.
it is literally a very, very, very personal story. And so, if you didn't have tearful moments, we would worry about it. Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but if somebody reading it is not moved by it, then it's not doing its job.
And that's my hope that,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want them to blubber like a baby like me, but, I do want it to pull some emotional strings. And
Sure.
I do want it to show, because it does, the positivity that I believe that can get you through illness
Yes.
and get you through hard times. And
Yes.
hopefully it'll help other people. Hopefully people will read it and feel, I don't know, I want to say stimulated, but I don't know if that's the right word or not.
Well, is there, other than telling your story? That's a good question. Is there I mean, when somebody reads that book, what do you want them to come away with? What do you want? I mean, is there something you want them to come away with other than now we know BJ's story?
Well, like I said, I can't remember exactly what the tagline is, the subtitle,
Right.
but it has to do with, family and resilience
Yeah.
and strength.
That's sounds great. That
So
sounds great.
that's, kind of what,
If it will, and if it generates some publicity, some, whatever in the organ transplant program, whatever you choose to call it. I don't know what that's called, but if it generates some additional publicity for that, that's a really good thing too, right?
right.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I
I,
think
I
it's great.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I just want to say I have no idea what it will do, but I hope it does well. I wouldn't be doing it if I did. But I hope this thing, falls. Why don't turn the lights out there? I won't be able to see and I'll be scared. My wife's turning the hall lights out. Like she wants me to
It's
fall and kill myself. It's the middle of the night. I'll probably be asleep by the
I was
time
going to
I'm
say
done.
it's bedtime for her probably by
Oh
now.
yeah,
It's
we're like moments away from bedtime here. Lights out in this house, baby.
lights out in the Odom household. So I finally found out that I can tell Alexa, I can tell her like all lights on, all lights off. And like I have four different plugs around the house, like one in the kitchen, one in the living room, one in the bedroom, and it all on, all off. Or oh, now there she's talking to me again now. Or, I can do certain ones or whatever. So it's really awesome. It's kind of cool. I can do that now.
It's
So
better than
anyway,
the clapper.
no, I don't even know Clapper. I just, hey Ziggy, turn this on. Hey,
Yeah.
so you could
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
change the name, by the way. You can change the name to Ziggy if you choose to.
Oh,
There's
that'd
another
be
one too. Oh, you can change it to computer. You could say, "Hey computer." Yeah.
now, ours, now we have, what do they call it? The one that has a screen also.
Right. Oh, right. You mean the version of that thing.
Yeah. With the screen. And we
Yes.
can actually ask her to turn on the front doorbell and see who's at the door
Oh,
or
okay.
see if a
So don't you
package
have
got
that?
delivered.
That's a Ring doorbell though, right? You can see it
Right.
on your
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
too.
I can see it
Yeah.
on my phone too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can also see it on her screen also.
Ain't
Now,
technology great?
and I don't
Ain't
know how,
technology grand?
I do not know how my daughter did this, and I don't care. I'm not going to ask. But someone can come to her door, and if they have it set right, she's got to have it set to do it. But and it's through the you know who lady,
Yeah.
the Ziegfeld. It's
Ziggy.
through the Ziegfeld
Yeah.
that she can have it pop up on her television. Her, like the big living room screen.
Yeah.
All of a
Very
sudden,
cool.
whoa, what's that? Oh, that's our ring. Someone's at the door.
Very cool. I love that. I mean, it's not important for me in an apartment building, but very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody comes to visit Bill at his apartment building because the door is locked out front. it's it's a closed door. So anyway, no problem. Well, good, good, good. All right. Let's take a break. Let's do that. We're about halfway through anyway. And I think we've covered all the medical issues.
Unless we
Although
cover
my shoulder
yours.
hurts just a little bit tonight. I don't know, maybe from pickleball.
Yeah, we've never done a podcast this late at night, and it'd be right after your pickleball playing.
I know. I know. It's kind of weird. It is kind of weird. We'll talk a little bit about that. But
Look,
first,
You
go
look
refill
so
your-
athletic tonight.
Is that it? Is that what it is? Yeah, thanks. Great. Go refill your coffee, make your bathroom stop. We will be right back. Welcome back. This is BJ and Bill, the podcast. BJ and Bill After Dark. If you are enjoying what you're listening to, no matter what time you're listening, whether it's daytime or nighttime, we just happen to be recording at night for this one. Give us that 5-star review, please, wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Apple or Spotify or iHeartRadio or YouTube Music. We are everywhere. We're like love bugs in Florida in the summertime. We're everywhere. So leave us that 5-star review if you'd like to get in touch. Feel free to visit our Facebook page. Just do a search for BJ and Bill the podcast. Make sure you spell the whole thing out. Or you can do BJ and Bill the podcast at gmail.com. That's our email address. You can send us your stories, your jokes, your complaints, whatever. We don't care. Or do we?
We'll take anything at this point.
We'll take it. Yeah, we'll take anything. We're not proud. We're not. Well, we're a little proud, but we'll take anything. So there you go. Yes. BJ and Bill, after I mentioned this early on in the show that normally we record on a Monday morning. BJ had his doctor's appointments. I had pickleball tonight. So we are now actually recording this as you hear it right now. It is 9:44 p.m. on a Monday evening, which is way past BJ's bedtime. I would probably be out on the couch watching a baseball game or something. So,
I'm missing Bachelor in Paradise. Thanks a lot, Phil Stevens.
Did you put it on tape? You got it.
Oh yeah,
DVR
I'll watch it.
Okay.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
I am doing my best to DVR a ton of Shark Week. It's also Shark Week this week. So I don't know why. I just kind of like that sort of thing. So who knows? I was a scuba diver once many years ago. And so maybe I'll go back to that in my retirement years or something. I don't know. So anyway.
I kind of want to discuss, I know, we're really kind of, all the sports are pretty well out of commission for a while.
Except for one.
Yeah. And that's the WNBA.
Yeah.
I'm getting really, really worried. Caitlin Clark has had this season, which has not been going that long yet.
No.
3 injuries.
Well, they just had the All-Star game over the weekend as we record this. Again, as we are recording this past weekend, the WNBA All-Star game was played without Caitlin Clark, even though it was Team Clark versus Team Collier. I forget the other lady who, one of the player coaches or whatever. And yes, and the problem for her Indiana Fever team is that when she's not playing, they have to play one certain way, and then when she comes back, they play a whole different way. So yeah, the team, they're not doing that well, and it's just because of that one reason. You have one of the best players in the game. Sometimes she's there, sometimes she's not, and it's like, what do we do? So that's a tough one. Now, did you watch any of the game, the All-Star game?
No, I did not, but I did see the T-shirts
that
the young ladies wore.
The T-shirts that every player wore in the pregame warm-ups, black T-shirts, white lettering, and all it said was, "Pay us what you owe us." I know they're in negotiation with a new contract, with a new, what do they call that? CB something player, I don't know what they call it. Anyway, whatever their union is. Somebody, and it's not the first time I've seen the joke, so I don't know who to give credit to, but for all you WNBA players out there who think you should be paid more, your league loses money on a consistent basis. And if it weren't for the NBA kicking in, I don't know, $40 million, you'd all be working day jobs. Whatever. You wouldn't be playing basketball professionally. So I don't know what I think about that. It's a tough call. It really is. What do you think?
Well, obviously, because now, within the last few years, and I know a lot of it has to do with Caitlin Clark, but the revenues have skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm.
This season, they will make the first profit ever. And so, I don't know if it continues in the direction it's going. I think yes, but also when you talk about ratings and you talk about people watching the games,
right,
that's where a lot of the regular NBA money comes from
right,
TV rights and things like that. Without Caitlin Clark, there's not as many eyeballs watching the game. So I don't know. It's to me, it's a double-edged sword at the moment.
Yes, it is. I hope that And I don't know who the WNBA commissioner is or any of the powers that be in that front office. I don't think they get it. I don't think they completely get it. I don't think they recognize the golden goose that they have laying
I,
those golden eggs.
I would say, just like any corporation, just like when we were in radio,
They didn't know what they
and
had.
well, yeah, but they knew who the golden goose was.
Right,
We may not have been rewarded as much as a golden goose should have
right,
because we were carrying that building for a few years at least.
right.
But nonetheless, I don't know what to say here. As
I
corporations.
I know corporations. I do. I know. But when if I were look at you, look at BJ Odom. He was going to go. I don't remember if he went to the game or not. When the Golden State Warriors came to Orlando to play the Magic, did he go to watch those Golden State Warriors? No, he went to see Steph Curry. When if I were going to see the LA Lakers, I would go to see LeBron. If I were going to see name your favorite team, insert your favorite star. Don't tell me about teams. It's a uniform. It's colors. Great. You have a pretty colored uniform. Great. I'm coming to see the stars play the game, and everybody has their own star that they love, or maybe more than one, or whatever. And if you keep trying to say, "Oh, Caitlin, it's not a big deal. She's just part of the league. She's part of the gang. Well, the girls are all out there. It's Caitlin, it's Angel, it's whatever." No, it's not. It's Caitlin Clark. She is your star. And I'm already out on a limb. I'm probably going to saw it off for myself here. But if you can't recognize that, then you're in trouble as a business. If you can't recognize your star and do whatever it takes to make hay while the sun shines, as my farmer friend BJ would say. I don't know what that means, but
at least I think some of the other players are learning how to play the game a little better.
I hope so.
Let's look at Sophie.
Oh, yeah.
She came to town and she kind of made a big deal about herself because, a lot of people feel that Caitlin's being taken advantage of on the field.
Yes.
Or on the court, I guess I should say, the court.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe some off-color fouls, or not off-color, but, some rough
questionable
treatment.
Yes.
Yeah, that should be maybe called. And so she came in as an enforcer. By doing that and making a stink herself about why she was there,
yep,
her jersey sales went through the roof after she said, "I'm here to protect Caitlin, and I will do what I have to do."
I love that.
The next week, her jersey
sold
sales,
out.
just
sold out.
Poof, like in a big explosion, man. They went out like thunder.
And we don't mean Oklahoma City. But yes. So I guess, I don't know this. I guess that, Indiana is starting to figure it out. Maybe, sort of, kind of. I don't know. But if you're in the front office of the league and you're seeing, shall we say, questionable refereeing during a game that is allowing your superstar to, I mean, for God's sakes, they call it the Tom Brady rule for a reason in the NFL. They came up with rules to protect the quarterback. They recognized these are the guys that people come to see. Nobody's wearing the left tackle's jersey. They're wearing Tom Brady's jersey. They're wearing Baker Mayfield's jersey. Nobody's buying the punter's jersey. I know I'm getting off
The
on
mother
a little bit here.
is.
Huh?
The mother is.
The mother is.
This is my son's jersey. I don't care if you don't know who he is.
Travis Kelce's mom. Travis and what's her name? Jason Kelce's mom. She has the jersey that's split down the middle with the two of them. Yeah, I get it. Okay, cool. I get it. The NFL the premier sports league on planet Earth. Don't even bother to ask. Don't even argue with me. I know football, quote unquote, soccer is big around the world. I don't care. They don't make a dime compared to the NFL. These guys are smart enough to know, hey, people are coming to see the quarterbacks do great things. Maybe we should protect them a little bit. Okay, good thinking. Hello, WNBA? Get him on the phone for me. Get the commissioner on the phone.
Hello, the commissioner. Are you there?
Yeah, are you
I
there?
got Bill.
Are
He
you
wants to
here?
talk to you.
Bill is ranting. Maybe
Oh.
you want to talk to him.
Oh.
Maybe you don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
What
one
did
they
she say?
said, can I take a message?
All right. So I don't want to, again,
Oh, I'll get you out of this mess.
thank you.
Guess where I was this week? And do I have a story for you?
Please get me out of this mess. Where were you this week and what is your fabulous story?
It opened Monday after almost 3 years of being closed. The Bubble Room opened Monday.
I know, right?
I was there Wednesday.
Are you kidding me? You dog.
I was on Captiva Island in the Bubble Room with a little bubble scout.
Of course.
They brought the big old cakes and said, would you like one of these? Or this is that.
What did you have for dessert?
I did not have dessert.
Oh, come on, man.
I know I should have, but I'd already spent too much money.
Who was I talking to about that? Was it you? No, I was talking to somebody else about the Bubble Room.
It might have been me because I was talking about it last week.
Maybe. But I thought I was talking to somebody else. I don't know who else, other than my ex, I don't know who else I would talk about who knows about it in Fort Myers. I don't know.
But listen to this.
Yes.
This is a story, and I got it straight from my Bubble Scout.
I'm listening.
So, with a hurricane, you know when it's coming.
You think?
And you know when they start saying, oh, it's not going to be good. Oh, it's not going to be. Oh, it's not going to be good.
Right. Right.
The Bubble Room heard. So what the Bubble Room did was take everything, well, not everything, but almost everything off the walls, off the shelves.
Really?
But before they did that and took it all the way inland to Fort Myers to put it in storage,
wow,
they took pictures.
Smart.
So
because I think you sent me that video of somebody went to the Bubble Room for dinner.
Krista Fogelsong
from the Fox affiliate in Fort Myers went, and it looks the same, but the building did they just have to rebuild the building from the ground up?
I don't even know if they rebuilt the building that much. I don't know what they did, but everything pretty much looked the same.
Yeah, I know. I remember I saw the video that Fogelsong did. It's been 20 years since I've been there, but it's hard to forget the Bubble Room. Come on, it's so cool. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Well, I'm like looking at the walls and stuff. I'm going, did they put new flooring in? What did they do? It looks the same. And I even told my little Bubble Scout. I go, man, this almost looks identical. What did you do? And that's when she told me the story of they knew the hurricane was coming. They took everything out, took it to Fort Myers, put it in storage, and they took pictures before they took it all down.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you'd have to. Wow, that's amazing. That's so super smart. I'm impressed. I remember when not long after the hurricane that the Bubble Room started, they moved into the kitchen at the dinner theater, the Royal Palm Dinner Theater, and they started making their desserts there, and they just sold the whole cakes and pies. They sold them to make some money. So that's wow.
Now I don't know if they
did. I love that.
I don't know if they did this before, but I heard them talking to another person.
Right.
As we were, leaving.
Right.
They ship those. If you want a cake, they'll ship it to you.
It's already expensive. How expensive is it going to be to ship it?
I don't know. They'll ship those cakes.
All right. I'm thinking red velvet cake is what I'm thinking.
That's what my wife got.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. Love that. And you didn't have anything. I'm
I was
impressed.
full
I'm
of-
proud of you. I know you're trying to you watch what you eat, so good for you. I would not have been able to. I would have had an excuse. Well, it's the bubble room. Come on, Bill. It's the bubble room. You can't not have dessert at the bubble room.
And speaking of your ex,
Yeah.
we went to another restaurant that we used to love when we were in Fort Myers, where I went many a times for lunch because it was right across the street from Clear Channel, iHeartRadio.
A restaurant across. There was nothing across the street from
Oh, yes, there
iHeartRadio.
was. Think about it. Right across the street.
Right across the street, across Metro Parkway.
And they have good desserts there also.
What you go
A
ahead?
shrimp shack.
The what? The Shrimp Shack.
Yeah.
That's
Right
not
across-
that's way up. Oh,
No.
wait a minute. You're talking about Clear Channel way up when it was at Metro Mall?
No.
Where there's a Shrimp Shack.
Right across the street from where iHeartRadio used to be. You could see the parking lot from the restaurant.
I'm going to Google Maps when you and I are done with this podcast, and I am looking it up because this old man whose memory is failing does not remember that.
Oh,
But I could be
goodness.
wrong. Now that I think about it, I could be wrong.
But
Wow.
we went there and I posted some pictures on Facebook,
Right?
and Miss Paula said, "Oh, I wish I would have known you were there. I'm just like right down the road."
Shout out to Miss Paula, my ex.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see her, but yes.
Yes.
So
Still
yeah.
a wonderful lady. Still got nothing but good things to say about her. So I don't
So-
know if she has the same to say about me, but still have good things to say about
Next time she puts something on my Facebook page, I'll say, "Do you have anything good to say about Bill?"
her. Oh yeah, that'll be great. Oh boy, that'll be great. So yeah, but good. Well, good for you. I'm glad. You know, now that I think about it, I'm kind of thinking Shrimp Shack. Yeah, I'm kind of remembering that. Okay, good.
I was gonna
So,
say, right across the street, dude. I think you
know,
can
right?
see it. I think you can see it from the WOLZ window looking right across the street on Metro Parkway. Right there in
right
plain
there.
sight, I believe.
right there. I hear you. I hear you.
Now, one more old Fort Myers story before we go here.
All right, I'm
I
listening.
don't know if you saw Flying Brian. He made a post last week.
I did not.
It was a picture of the studio, him in the studio there at iHeartRadio in Fort Myers
Really?
at the Beat,
At the beat.
105.5 The Beat.
I know.
And he was doing his last show as they were moving to new facilities. And I, had to comment, like, I remember when those facilities were first built.
Yes.
Going into that, it was like a mega, just a
Oh, yeah, it
palace,
was-
a radio palace.
That was without a doubt, and there was second place wasn't even close. The best, nicest radio station facility I've ever worked in. Period.
Now,
Period.
the pit is where all the salespeople were at.
Right.
We had like the studios were all on the second floor, and there was like a balcony where you could look down, kind of like a real nice hotel.
Yeah, it was
And,
open. Open in
And it
the
was
center.
open, and that looked like just a junk pile.
Oh man, that's terrible. That's terrible. I mean,
And
I
I guess-
remember.
I guess the new studios too are basically studios, just a few offices.
Where are they moving to?
I asked my son. He said not far from where they are now, but he didn't
Okay.
know either. He
Okay.
didn't really know, and I didn't ask Brian.
I remember, and this is an odd thing to bring up at for this show, but I remember on the morning of 9/11 when, the stuff was hitting the fan and we were on the air and they wheeled a TV downstairs, because that's what made me think of it. Down in the pit, we called it. Down there, they had a television on a cart and they wheeled the TV around and pointed it up to the top so we could see what was going on. And then eventually we brought a TV upstairs and put it in the studio. But yeah, I remember that was the nicest facility I have, and I've worked in some good ones, but
Now,
that was the best.
I don't know if that was a Clear Channel thing or what, but I do remember because of 9/11, that's when Clear Channel said from now on, there will be a television in every studio
Yeah.
and it'll be on, the news
Yeah.
one of the news stations.
Yeah.
So if anybody gets anything big happens,
yeah,
we'll see it right there on the big TV, because I think it probably went maybe 20 minutes, half hour before somebody called us and said, "Hey, a plane just went into the."
Yeah.
And we were like, "What?"
Exactly. Well, in the old days, you used to have things like, oh, I don't know, Associated Press tickers in your studio that would ring when something happened. But nowadays, in later years, when they no longer required radio stations to do news programming, that was the end of my career. I was a news guy. No, it wasn't the end of my career, but you know what I'm saying. It changed things a lot. So anyway, for
but I
better
remember
or for worse.
They said that's when Clear Channel made the mandatory decision that there would be
I believe
TVs.
it. And I remember we had it on in the morning and we could watch, if something happened or, we used it. I remember we used it, for the weather, and we used it for traffic and stuff like that. If there was a wreck somewhere, then we could, report on it or whatever. So it was useful. It was helpful for sure.
And of course, if you worked weekends, you could always watch like the football game or something.
There you go. You could watch the football.
And of course, you weren't supposed to, but you could do that.
And if you were working at night, you could watch the baseball game on at night. So there you go. We made it. We made it through the hour there, old man.
And I stayed awake. I mean, I had to pinch myself a couple times and had to, punch myself in the leg to stay awake. But I'm going to go straight to that bed and go. Grr.
I'm okay for today. I actually snoozed in a bunch this morning because I knew that I didn't have to be in front of a microphone at 10 a.m. for the BJ and Bill podcast. I turned the alarm off, and boy, did I sleep way past it.
And you know what? I don't know what happened. I could have swore I had my alarm on last night.
Right.
Thank God my wife woke up somehow by accident. And we got there on time, but I would have slept probably past the time we were supposed to leave for sure. And we got maybe out of the house maybe 2 or 3 minutes later than we planned.
And how was the traffic driving into the big city at that time of morning?
I'll tell you what, and if anybody knows I-4,
right,
and you know where that dinosaur world or whatever it is?
Yes.
That's where it all goes to
hell in a handbasket.
And every time we have a morning appointment, we get there and it's stop and go, stop and go. I'm just glad my little car is smart enough to brake, start, brake, start, brake. All I got to do is just like sit there.
Oh, really? It drives itself, even in the stop and go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's when it's the best.
Awesome.
Because when the guy moves in front of you, it takes off.
Your car knows to go.
When the guy stops in front of you,
your car knows to stop.
The only thing my wife does not like is once the traffic gets rolling at a good pace, like maybe 60, 70 mile an hour again, and then it stops again. People stop pretty suddenly.
Yes.
Well, the car will do that too, but I mean, it really
stops suddenly.
Yeah. I mean, of course you got that regenerating braking or whatever.
Yes.
So the motor's kind of like,
yes,
go backwards, and boy, that thing, it'll stop. My wife goes,
that's awesome.
Why didn't you use the brake? I go, why use the brake? More fun.
Wow.
It's more fun this way. Let the car scare the hell out of us.
How 1999 of you. Come on. Come on. This is modern life here. This is modern electric cars here. Awesome. That's great. That's great. So there you go. So, all right. Awesome. Well, we're glad you made it. We're glad you made it home. You didn't have the big storm in the morning, did you?
No, and we didn't have one.
7:30 this morning, like setting your alarm, 7:30 a.m., we had lightning and thunder and rain here in Gainesville, home of the Gators, that could have raised the dead. I mean, we had several claps of thunder that shook the place and set the car alarms off in the parking lot downstairs.
Oh, wow.
And so thankfully they just go for about 30, if nobody's mucking with the car, they go for about 20, 30 seconds and then they stop. But that happened twice. And then the rain and then the thunder, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, 7:30 this morning, I was probably driving under I-75 on I-4.
You got lucky you missed it. You really did, because it was bad here. I mean,
we didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't have any rain at all on the trip this morning.
you got lucky.
Didn't have any on the way home either, thank God.
Well, good for you. Good for you. All right. So next week, are we back at the regular date and time or not?
Unless you're going to be gone.
Oh, wait a minute. What's next? No, we're good next week. We're okay. I have my eye doctor appointment on, wait a minute, let me look. Good God, why are we doing this? Nobody gives a damn what time BJ and Bill have to do their thing, but whatever. So, yeah. So podcast. Yeah. My doctor appointment is not until the Thursday, I believe, the 7th. So we're okay. And then I'm having the oil change surgery at the end of August.
Oh, they moved it back
a little. God.
Okay. Because on the 4th, we're going to have to do something early.
Okay. No worries.
Because I'm not going to say, because my wife gets mad when I say.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Blame her.
I'm not blaming her. Everybody loves your wife. She puts up with you.
I know. Still can't figure it out myself even.
I know. No.
I took her to the bubble room. That's why.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay, good. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week. We're running a little early, but that's okay. No big deal. So have yourself a great week, everybody. Thank you for joining BJ and Bill After Dark. And as always, please, if you have a moment, stop by wherever you pick up your podcasts, wherever you get those fresh off the vine podcasts. Leave that 5-star review on Apple or Spotify or iHeartRadio or YouTube Music or wherever you get it. We would appreciate it. And if you want to stop by the Facebook page, just do a search BJ and Bill, the podcast, and you'll find our Facebook page. So it's all good. All right. It's going to do it. You all done?
I'm done. I got one eye closed.
I see that.
Ready to close the other one.
You're fading fast. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We appreciate you joining us. See you next week. Until then, it's just up to BJ Odom to say.
See ya.
Snore.
Take a ride back in time when the airways were golden and the DJs shine. 2 mics, 2 guys, and a whole lot of laughs. Living like legends, bringing stories back. No script, no rules, just telling it all.